then in the group stages, or rather in the finals against the Maz, he almost reverse swept the Maz with the deck. He went 3-0 with it, but unfortunately he couldn't close out the last game. Yeah, that Reels Warlock, just basically Demon Warlock, really was a huge surprise to everyone.
Yeah, and that's kind of what a lot of people have been trying to keep the archetype alive, but it's never seemed to have the tools necessary to work very effectively. And I think, as I mentioned yesterday, Dark Bomb might have just been it. I think it's just that one extra tool that makes the deck very viable.
All right, we're going to go into our third and potentially final game. Massan's Mage against Kolento's Warlock. I will leave it at that.
Yeah, let's not try to coin it. Let's ask Kolento how he wants to call it. I'm sure he'll just say, whatever, you call it whatever you want. And he just won't care. That's it.
Nice attempt, Noxious, with your Kolento impression, but I think like Admirable does a much better one.
I've never even heard. I remember Kolento speaking once at BlizzCon, and he just was very, I guess, silent. So I don't really have a good memory of his action.
Good attempt. It was better than anything I could have ever done. So props to you for that.
I don't even know what I said. All right, so there's going to be a mech war portrayed here probably. You can't let that live, I don't think. But then again, you kind of want to develop that Nerubian and that Hulk Creeper, right?
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think you can let the...
yeah, the Shadow Flame's going to work for you.
I mean, Nerubian Egg plus the Abusive Sergeant is just such a powerful combo.
Exactly. I'm feeling like that Abusive Sergeant is so weak. Nerubian Egg development right now would actually allow Kolento to have good like counter aggression follow up against Mage.
So many possibilities.
I mean, you can't possibly expect a silence, but you might expect a Mad Scientist, quote on like / duplicate.
Okay, this is less of an all-in play, I guess. This basically lets you trade into the Mech Warper next turn.
Assuming he lets you,
yeah. If you just played a Nerubian Egg, there's a chance that Nerubian Egg won't be able to kill the Mech Warper straight up.
Yeah, depending on whether or not you still maintain the board presence needed. So this is really strong board presence from Kolento. And there's no Blast Mage to start, clearing that board a little bit. And the Shadow Flame's already set up against something like a Mech Mage that can be very, very strong. With a single Power Overwhelming, doesn't take much.
Yeah. Massan is forced to duplicate maybe, or clear the board, I'm not sure. Or, okay, Mad Scientist, fair enough. But yeah. I think this is one of the weaknesses of duplicate. It's basically not a tempo move, it's more of like a value move. And Mech Mage usually wins with tempo play, so duplicate, I have to once again question Massan's choice of adding that card to his deck.
I think it's a good play if you've got Paladin Shredders against specific decks. Think, a Warrior deck, right? You might be very happy, against Warrior to get a duplicate on Paladin Shredder. So I think it improves some matchups, but overall it might lower the effectiveness of most of them. Alright, so he's got a Whirling Blaze at least to enable that egg for all that's worth.
Yeah. Actually, I think it'll be worth a lot.
Mm-hmm. The BGH falling down as a straight-up 4-2. Yeah, actually that Whirling Blades is going to get value now. You ping
like Whirling Blades plus a ping on the BGH. That's going to be pretty good.
Yep, very strong play. Going to give him a 4-4 off that egg. Whoa. Massan, do not. What?
Whoa.
Evil Massan. Evil you.
I guess there's other cards for him to play, but
yeah,
I don't know.
No, he could have just played that and Snow Chuggered.
Yeah, I like your play a lot better.
Oh, goodness. Alright, well... Sylvanas is on the board. I mean, Kolento doesn't even mind getting a Nerubian Egg, right? I mean, he can just enable that later on, no problem. Like, whatever he gets off of this.
I don't think you even have to Sylvanas. The Dark Iron Dwarf seems like a pretty good play.
Yeah, with the Dark Bomb combination, it's disgustingly strong. You can just clear the entire board besides Nerubian Egg.
I think you can even consider tapping and then Dark Iron Dwarfing.
But you're not getting the Dark Bomb value afterwards. Which is really, I think, what he wants to capitalize on here. The ability to clear everything but the egg is pretty good.
Okay.
Do you need the card advantage at this point? I mean, you've got board like no tomorrow against Mech Mage, who probably doesn't have his Flame Strike.
You know what? Fair enough.
Wow. That Nerubian Egg just sitting there saying, what to do. What
Well,
to do.
well, this is awkward.
Yeah, it really is.
Does Massan see the Whirling Blades play though?
I mean, he has to see it. Unless he completely, once he got the Ruby Egg, maybe he just dismissed the minion as a dead card.
Like we saw in the other game, Massan isn't the best with spare parts, right?
Yeah, maybe he needs a bit more Mage practice under his belt.
Mhm.
Spare parts really open up a lot of avenues of play that you sometimes wouldn't think of. I mean, they're not... Oh, he sees it. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
But,
Good on you,
Oh,
Massan.
yeah, it's so late, though, now. I feel like it's the latest possible Whirling Blades I've ever seen. It was on curve last turn, now it's just a bit awkward. Alright, well, that will give him the potential to get at least a 4-4 out unless it gets silenced, so... Still not the worst.
Just plain Sylvanas turn, I think.
Yeah. You just steal the Powder Shredder for the lulz? No? Okay. I thought he was thinking about just pinging the egg, killing it with a 4-4, and then...
No, I think going aggro here is pretty good. Like, if you're able to race a Mage, that means you're usually in a good position. Wow, that's a really good Powder Shredder drop.
Dr. Boom, I'd venture to say that's a pretty good Powder Shredder drop. That hits, it whiffs pretty hard, though, on that Sylvanas. How much damage does Kolento have for next turn, though? That Power of Whelming is going to give him a lot of reach.
You can even power and...
Oh, wow. Those knives. Blah. Well, that's lethal, then. Good game for Kolento here, just taking another game in a row with his Warlock deck.
Yeah, this kind of Warlock is also somewhat reminiscent of the old handlocks that had the Leroy Faceless combo. It's like it's kind of like a handlock in that you just have such value creatures mid-game, but you also have that burst.
Yeah, that's actually right. It's the burst that actually has been phased out since the Leroy nerf. We just don't see it.